What's for breakfast?
I had some leftovers from dinner last night. It's some grilled chicken with mashed potatoes and like some oven baked like Brussels sprouts and carrots.
Nice, very nice.
I mean, the Brussels sprouts and carrots are like from a bag, but I could say everything else though. It's all me. So the 3DS eShop is having a sale on like a ton of random games. And it's really good. Games like Radiant Historia are like $40. They're going for like $10 right now. A bunch of the Shin Megami Tensei games on 3DS are on sale right now for like $10, $5.
Time to get a 3DS.
Now I'm on the eShop right now. I'm like, I'm gonna download some of these. Radiant Historia for sure. Like I can't find that game cheaper than like $40 anywhere.
Are they not shutting down the eShop soon? I heard they were getting
They're shutting
rid
it down next year.
Okay.
I gotta free up space on my SD card. Damn it.
Yeah, I think we're ready here.
Oh.
But the game chops for the tunes. Thing fucks up. What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Game Overs, episode 099 for Saturday, April 2nd. I am Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by my dude Rick. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Rick here. You know the drill. We do this every week. I'm happy to be here. I love doing this show. I love talking about video games, talking about video game news. Let's start how we always start. We're going to tell the people we've been playing, but right now, let's open up with a game we both played. The other day, we just played Midnight Ghost Hunt,
Yeah.
and it was good. It was really good.
Well, it started
those
off.
of you-
It started off.
Oh, yeah,
bad,
it started off
actually,
rough.
But
Oh yeah, started off rough. I'll
got
have
good.
you give everyone the rundown.
Well, it was just like because we played it like as soon as it came out. Not as soon as it came
Yeah.
out, but the night it came out, and I don't know. It just threw us whatever matchmaking they've got going on. It just threw us into some random like Chinese server that was happening, which I don't think there's dedicated servers. So it's player. Fuck, what was the term that we
Peer to
remembered?
peer.
Peer to peer. Yeah,
Hmm.
just peer to peer servers. So we had trouble finding a match. When we finally did, it threw us into like a Chinese game, and there were problems. Well, at least for me, it seemed like you were fine, but for me, the game kept freezing, and I was like, "Is this? Am I getting haunted by a ghost? Is that why I keep freezing?"
Yeah, you were
But
telling me you kept having issues with it. I didn't experience anything like that. The game ran pretty well for me,
but
but it was really rough. We kept getting matched up with so the game starts you off with like very bare minimum like equipment, and you have to like unlock the equipment with this resource as you play the game. So our first couple games were rough. Our first couple
yeah,
games were really, really rough.
and what it is, it's 4v4 ghosts hunters versus ghosts,
Yeah,
and each player can bring an assortment of equipment, a weapon, a gadget, and then they can select a perk. But you can't if you're new to the game, you can't change your shit, or you can only use the most basic shit until you've gotten
yeah.
earned enough credits to buy the like new gear. So I think also the first match that it threw us into, all the other players had like good shit, and we couldn't like fight back, which is like very frustrating.
Oh yeah.
Um, that's something they need to fix. They need to fix like either just open everything up for everyone or have better matchmaking. That
Or if they started you off with like a couple credits to like buy some stuff to start with.
I didn't start with shit.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
start with
me
anything.
neither.
Yeah, so
It would have been good if they're like, hey, here's like 1,000 shards, get some equipment, or buy some cosmetics, whatever you want. But here's like
yeah,
some like 1,000 starting shards. It would have been so much better because we could have like bought some stuff in the beginning. You know, we
maybe.
had some of the most basic equipment, which was like not useless, but really hard. So what's cool, the twist with this game is that it's very similar to like I think B Master said like prop hunt in Gary's mod,
Yeah, it's
which
like
I never played, but I've looked into it and
it's
it's
like
very
prop
similar.
hunt.
But
It's like prop hunt if
yeah,
the props could fight back, basically.
exactly. But what's cool with this too is that the ghosts are pretty weak in the beginning. So the first 5 minutes of the match are counting down to midnight. So you have that time to like kill as many ghosts as you can, which is easier said than done because the mechanics for hiding are very, very, very in depth. But once that clock hits midnight, the ghosts are much stronger, and there's a twist on it. Now the ghost hunters are the ones being hunted,
Yeah,
and you got to either kill the ghost during that 5 minute that there's 5 minutes after midnight. You got to kill the ghost in that time, or try to survive that time to evac out. It's very fun. It's a lot of fun once we got the hang of it. Those first couple matches were rough. We saw some pretty cool shit, like watching some of these Chinese players play. We got to see some cool shit. There's one highlight where it was like one dude versus like what, three ghosts. He managed to take
yeah,
him out.
yeah,
Oh, it was insane. And we got into a couple our later matches. We got into some English speaking players, to be able to talk with them, joke around a little bit. They gave us some
yeah,
advice on how to play the game. It became a lot of fun during that last like what, like hour and a half we were
yeah,
playing, I want to say.
yeah. Once everyone's on like the equal playing field, it gets
Yeah.
a lot more fun. Just because you're not getting trounced every round. So
Yeah.
and
It
then
was so much fun. And it's only $20 right now. So like
yeah, it's just $20 in early access. There's definitely some issues that need to get ironed out, but yeah, hopefully they can work on that stuff and get everything pretty solid.
yeah, I had a blast with it. It was, once things started going, once we're on an equal playing field with other players, it turned into a really, really fun game. And it's definitely worth the $20. Like it took a while to get there, but once we got there, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely good game. Recommend it. I couldn't believe it was only $20. I could have sworn it was like 40, but no, it's only 20. And that's its regular price right now. Price might change during early access. Keep that in mind. They add more features. Don't be surprised the price goes up. They set it on their Steam page. So if you like what you're seeing here, if you like what we're talking about, check it out. $20, and it's definitely worth it. But yeah, that's the game that we've both played. Is there anything that you've been playing that you want to talk about? Any highlights you want to talk about?
Nope, not really. Still playing
Not really.
Twilight Princess. I played a
It's a good
bunch
one.
of Path of Exile with a controller, and that's been fun. Yeah,
I'd
other than
get back
that,
into Path of Exile.
good. It's good with a controller too. So
I'll get back into it. I've been looking for I've been looking for something to play right now. I re-downloaded Grim Dawn. I've been playing that like a lot. I played it a lot the past like 2 days. Grim Dawn, still a good game. Um, I hooked up my old PS3 and started playing some PS1 classics. I started playing Dino Crisis 2 the other day,
wow,
just for the fuck of it. Yeah, and that's a lot of fun still. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Dino Crisis 2 is fucking phenomenal. It's one of my favorite games, honestly. And right now, what else am I playing? I'm just kind of jumping back and forth with different stuff, dude. Still playing. Oh my god, I'm still playing Trials of Mana, the remake on Switch. And I had heard complaints the dialogue was bad. But I didn't know how bad until I started playing it. And my god, the voice acting is completely shifty. Like it's good. It's okay in some scenes, but other characters are just awful. Just awful, dude.
interesting.
There's this one oh god, I can't remember what it was. It was some deity. So it's a pretty box standard JRPG. Like, oh, find the four elemental spirits and bring them together to save the world. And one of the spirits, I think it's like its voice is so. You ever seen those memes on TikTok for that new Pinocchio movie? You ever seen those?
Nope.
Okay, so there's a new Pinocchio movie coming out, and it's got Pauly Shore playing Pinocchio, but he has this weird his voice that kind of is getting memed on right now on TikTok. Swear to God, the wind spirit in the first part of the game sounds exactly like that.
He's voiced by
It's
'90s Pauly Shore.
no, it's voiced by a gay Pauly Shore,
But that's just Pauly
like
Shore
like
though.
like a really like a really stereotypical gay inflection. Like it's really off because no one else sounds like that. Let me see if I can find a clip from it. Hold on. Now that I'm talking about it. I think it's the wind spirit. It might be the light spirit. Hold on. It's one of the first spirits you find in the game. Yeah, it's Lumina, the light spirit. Hold on. There's playthroughs getting to that part, but I want to just talk about the voice. It is so weird because nothing else sounds like that. And it's the first spirit you find in the game, so you're like, is this what all the spirits are gonna sound like? Nope, just that one for some reason. Find it. Hold on. There's a clip of someone playing the game. See if I can get to the point where they find the spirit. Hold on.
Guys, we do this show live on gameaverse.com/Twitch or gameaverse.com/YouTube, or you just go
Found
to
it.
gameaverse.com and it'll be right there.
All right. So I found a playthrough of the game. So I mean, we're taking footage from YouTuber, your boy Bojeezy. So your boy Bojeezy, thank you for having this clip here. 15 minutes in. Listen to this shit, dude. Listen to this shit. I put it in the stream chat.
Shouts out to your boy Bo Jeezy.
Yeah. Real talk, Bo Jeezy, great name. I got no Boo Jeezy, sorry, Boo Jeezy, Boog, Booj.
That'd be me. Nice to meet ya. A pleasure. And thanks for releasing me from the belly of that Full Metal meanie. Am I right? Who knows what would have happened if you hadn't come? Barry filled me in on your plight while you were fighting.
That's the only one that sounds like that.
Oh, there ain't nothing
I don't
wrong with
understand.
that. That's actually, I think that's pretty good.
It caught me off guard because I was like, wait, what? What is this? Because for the most part, everything was kind of like taken seriously, like up to that point. And then this thing started talking, and I'm like, okay, are we like a silly game now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, there ain't
It's
nothing
gotten
wrong with that.
weird.
That like adds, it has a little character to the game. I don't know.
It's the I could understand if like every like spirit had like its own like distinct like voice and accent, but they don't. They sound pretty box standard, like, oh, I'm a spirit, but that's the only one that's like has any sort of character. It's really weird. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. It like caught me off guard. Maybe because like I wasn't expecting it. So when I was playing through it, the game kind of took itself seriously, and then that happens. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? That's a tonal shift. Um, the game's still fun though. Like, it's PS2 jank as fuck. So I know I joked about that when I first talked about it. Still rings true. The best review I've heard of that game is that it's a Super Nintendo game remade with PS2 graphics running on modern systems, and that's exactly like what it feels like. It's still fun though. Like it's still a really fun game despite like how simple it is in the beginning. I recommend playing the game on hard because it's really easy at the start. There's like a boss like partway through the game that's like a huge difficulty spike, but once you get past it, it's pretty standard from there. But playing on hard keeps the difficulty and keeps the game from being too repetitive. But that's been my main obsession for the last little while is playing Trials of Mana. But that's all I've been playing. Nothing.
All right. Um, I think you cut out there. Caller, go ahead.
Um,
Oh, you're roboting up real bad. Yeah. Yeah, you're having a malfunction over there. I don't know what that is. It's the power of the internet, folks. It's you know.
Try to fix it. I fix it.
Yeah, while you fix that, I'm gonna talk about the news that's going on here, guys. Crazy shit going on here with PlayStation. Can you believe it? They've announced 3 tiers. PlayStation Plus coming out in June, and this was rumored to be happening for like the past week, but now they've finally come out and officially announced that this stuff's coming in June. 3 tiers of PlayStation Plus. The first tier is actually not going to change at all. It's just going to be basically what you get now with PlayStation Plus at the same price. Nothing changes, which I think is the smart way to do that because you don't want people to have like unexpected changes to their subscription. But they've added 2 tiers above that. That is PlayStation Plus Extra. That gives you 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits from PlayStation Studios, third party, and those are downloadable. They specifically say those are downloadable. And that tier is going to be $15 a month or $100 a year. And then above that, you'll have PlayStation Plus Premium, which has PS3 games streaming, PS1 games, PS2 games, PSP games, PSP games, which is interesting, and
No
both
love for the
streaming,
Vita.
and no love for the Vita, which is weird. Uh, and PSP. Well, it's weird for PSP because it says you can stream it and download it. So I don't know.
So that's really weird too. So like, are some titles going to be streaming? Some titles going to be download?
Yeah.
Or is it little? Is the offer available for both, depending on like the hardware you're using? It's really weird the way it's worded. But that one's the most expensive tier, like $120 a year.
Yeah.
Now, how do I sound, by the way? Am I still roboting up, or is
No,
it
you
good now?
sound all right. You sound all right.
Good. So, if you do the math, that's about how much it costs for a Game Pass PC. It's like what, $10 a month, so $120 a year
Yeah.
when you pay monthly.
But
Here's my beef with this, though.
yeah.
If you have an Xbox, you can already play a bunch of classic Xbox titles by just popping your fucking disc into the system. I
Yeah.
have to pay another subscription to do it. So why can't Sony do the same thing? That's the thing that's got me the most like pissed off right now.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, I can pop in Jade Empire into an Xbox One. Not only will I be able to play it, I will be able to download it to my system, and it'll have performance boost. It'll run at 60 FPS with up-resed, I think it's up to 4K textures right now.
Yeah.
It's insane, like the work they put into it. The game
And
looks
it'll
better.
convert it to HDR shit too.
It'll convert HDR. Yeah, it looks better running on an Xbox One than it does on PC. I mean, without mods, but yeah, and I don't have to pay an extra subscription for that. I just got it. So why? Why do that? Why charge the subscription if the options were both there? To like pay for that subscription and pop your game in the system. I don't think I'd be as upset with it. I guess the only option to play some of these older games kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit. At least me personally.
Yeah. Especially since on my PS4 or even like my PS3, I've bought a shitload of PS3 games on the PlayStation Store. If I
Dang.
could just play those without subscribing to anything, that would be nice.
Yeah. Like I own a bunch of PS3 games digitally. I own a bunch of PS1 games digitally.
Yeah. Like it should be
Like I
nothing
own
for
Dino
them
Crisis.
to. They should just be
Yeah.
able to authenticate, like, oh, it's in your account, you own this, so here you go, just stream it or download it or whatever.
Exactly. Like I mentioned earlier, I had to like plug in my PS3 to play Dino Crisis 2. That's not even off the disc. I just own it digitally. So let me play that on my PS4. Don't make me go through all this to play a game I already paid for. Instead, oh, here's our option. You can you can pay us $120 a year to play these games, which might not even be on the list. Like watch me like go through all this,
Oh
pay
yeah.
that 120, and it's like, oh, Dino Crisis 2 isn't in one of the games that we offer. Even though I fucking bought it for my PS3. It probably will be if it was on the PlayStation Store before, it'll probably be available. But
Yeah.
still, it's weird to me that that's not an option when it's totally easy to do.
The numbers they're saying here sound pretty low if they're talking about PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP. They're
Yeah.
only saying 340 games. That sounds pretty low if you're having like 4 generations of fucking games.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's
Yeah, that's
So
really low. And it's really frustrating to see. Especially since, I don't know if you have that here, but there's an interview with like a Sony rep. I can't remember who it was, and they were talking about like, oh, are we gonna see like big AAA games launch day one on the subscription service? And they're like, no.
yeah.
Whereas on Xbox, Halo Infinite dropped on Xbox Game Pass for Xbox and PC. So already that's another advantage Xbox has over PlayStation. It seems like this doesn't seem like a response to what Xbox is doing. This seems like trying to play catch up, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's a shittier service that seems to cost as much, maybe more. Yeah, because if you get that premium plan, let's say you don't
It's
want to pay a yearly, you want to pay a monthly, it's $18 a month to pay monthly. That's more than what PC Game Pass is.
it's more, but I don't think Game Pass even gives you the option to pay yearly.
It doesn't, which pisses me off. I wish it did. But let's say, how much is it for Game Pass Ultimate? Hold on. It's like 20 bucks, 25 bucks.
I think it's 15, but I could be wrong.
Let me look it up. Sorry, guys, I gotta fact check something really quick.
I think my other thing with Game Pass is that it works on PC, and there's just no PC option aside from like PlayStation Now. The streaming is the only option you have on PC, and I don't know. I think Sony's got to take PC a little bit more seriously for me to be excited at all about this. So
Same, same. Like, if it was, like, let's say a third less than what Game Pass costs, if it wasn't available for PC, I think I'd be okay with it. If it was like a Sony device exclusive service, if it was like a third the price of Game Pass Ultimate, I think I'd be okay with it. But it's
yeah,
not. It's just as much. I just checked it out. Game Pass Ultimate's $15 a month, but there is an option to buy 3 months for $45. Oh, you're just never mind. That's fucking dumb. It's the same cost. You're just buying it ahead of time. But it
yeah,
was cheaper. My math was wrong. Sorry about that. But $15 a month. So let's say you're paying month to month. Let's see, you can't afford a yearly subscription. You're gonna pay less with Game Pass Ultimate than you are with PlayStation. And with that, it works on streaming, PC, and Xbox systems. And you get brand new AAA games day one. Again, Halo Infinite, Gears of War, those all dropped on Game Pass. So Sony, I have to find that article, but Sony said that they're not going to be releasing AAA's day one, at least not yet. So, like, what's the point then? Especially since, like, again, if I own an Xbox system, I can just pop the disc into the game, into the system, and play the game I want. I don't have to pay an extra subscription for it. The only
yeah,
advantage Sony would have had are like their classic games, which honestly they don't have to charge for. There's no reason to charge for them. Just let me pop my disc in and play it. And if it's only 340 games over like 4 generations, how much value is that really? Like, come on. I'm not
yeah,
even like mad. I know there's a lot of like angry reviews out there that are like, oh, this is completely reprehensible, blah, 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 Review Tech USA. But, I'm like, I'm disappointed more than I am mad. I'm just like, oh, okay. Which is almost worse than just being outright mad at it.
yeah. And they say they're gonna have their biggest games are going to be on there, just not the ones that are like not out yet. Like Death Stranding's gonna
Yeah,
be
like
on
if they,
there. God of War, Spider
yeah.
Man, Returnal is gonna be on there. Oh no, they said that we plan
Wh-
to. No, at launch we plan to include all these
Which is
games.
cool, but if they had come out and said, oh, these AAA games are going to be dropping day one on it. God of War Ragnarok, free to, that's going to be available for PlayStation Plus extra subscribers. Um, Spider-Man 2, it's going to be on there, but it's not, and it's super frustrating. It's really disappointing. Yeah,
Well,
it's kind of a bummer, man. Like I was really excited to be hearing this when I heard, and we heard rumors it was happening. We were excited. We were like, "Oh, this is cool." They have a much bigger backlog to go into. They can price it similar to Sony, to Microsoft, or even undercut them. They can have all these great games, but The game lineups like not as big as we initially thought it was going to be. The cost is already as much, and in some situations more than what's charging for Game Pass. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a lot disappointed actually, not a little. I mean, maybe they can turn things around with enough public feedback. I know it's not the most popular thing right now. People are making their opinions very well known online right now, what they feel about this pricing. I don't know. I think I wouldn't be as upset if it was like less, if it was like half the cost of what we're charging for Game Pass. I think I'd be
Yeah.
always okay with it, but I feel like for the same amount of money, with Game Pass Ultimate, if you pay it monthly, it's just as good, if not better, than a lot better actually than PlayStation for a very similar price, sometimes cheaper. So yeah, I'm not going to keep going in circles with my opinion, but I'm really disappointed. Disappointed in you, PlayStation. Do better. What is up with Sony? Ever since they like won the last console generation, they've gotten so stagnant. It's really disappointing to see, dude. You notice that?
Because they don't have to do anything. People will buy fucking
Yeah.
Sony shit blindly, and that's fine. Sony's got their loyal customers, and that's fine. But not me. I go where the games are at, man, and that's PC.
Same.
PC with
Same.
Game
I go where the
Pass.
games are at, where the
Yeah.
value's at, and you're right, PC with Game Pass. I'll even argue, like, we've had this conversation before. Imagine you could buy a new Xbox One right now. It comes with like what, like a month of Game Pass, right?
It was with a year.
Like a year? Jesus. So
Full
like
year, yeah.
imagine, if you were like, take yourself back to when you were a kid. If you had told your younger self, here's a brand new system, here's all the big games that are available for it, that are out right now for it, you just download right to the system today. You'd be the happiest kid in the world. And now it's possible with Game Pass. All these games are there. If Can you imagine you pick up an Xbox One right now, you have Game Pass for a year, you can download every Halo game, every Gears of War game, including the newest releases. Like it's crazy. And I don't think
I
Sony
wonder.
can like catch up
That's
with
the
that.
other thing. That's the other thing about Game Pass is that they've been very aggressive with just giving people fucking $1. Here's three
Yeah.
months for $1. Here's $1, $1. Just fucking eat it. I wonder if Sony is gonna be as aggressive, just fucking handing these out, or if they're just gonna make you just pay the fucking no. Give us our
I mean, we'll
15.
see.
Give us our 20
Yeah, I
bucks.
doubt they will. I mean, they're winning, so why would they? Which is a huge bummer.
That's been the biggest thing to convert someone to Game Pass. You give them just give
That's
us a
why I got
dollar.
into it.
Yeah.
That's why I got into it. You're